I don't know how to do an intro for this because we've done a lot of feigned optimism over the past like 10 Marvel Disney TV shows. Why don't we just have a flat opening for this? We're just like, here
All
we
right,
are.
everybody. Yep. It's
Star
us,
Wars.
EFAP and friends,
Mm-hmm.
and we're here to watch Star Wars: The Acolyte. I'm
Yes.
so excited.
I almost feel like it's pointless in sort of looking back instead of just admitting that at this point it's a crapshoot. They've lost so much of the potential audience they could ever have had. They've decided to release a show that sounds so utterly fucking disinteresting that even if it were really good, as we've seen, that doesn't fucking work anyway. You had your chance to make the shows that needed to be good, and you failed. So it's like, what is this then? It's like, well, just seeing what they're up to next in the Star Wars world. We're gonna have a little check it out, you know? Got some potential good stuff in the form of maybe an actor that we like from the trailer.
Promising.
It looks
Are you not excited to see this era of Star Wars, the High Republic?
Not really.
Oh,
Wait, is that a show?
That's the era.
That's
Rags,
Oh, I
that
thought
the show was
okay.
set in.
I thought it was like a
It's-
book or something.
It
No,
was
it's
a
like-
series, so they did like a multimedia thing where they did books and comic
Medley?
books, all centered on the High Republic era, and literally nobody read it. It was
Oh,
like
that's the
lowest
one like
performing
it's
sales ever.
100 years before the prequels,
100,
right?
200 years before the prequels, so it's
Yes.
not the Old Republic. It's Disney's,
It's the
I
High
guess,
Republic
kind of like replacement for it
because they were.
but they'll
high
get to
when
it
they came up with the
eventually.
idea.
Don't worry, they'll get to the Old Republic eventually. Once this doesn't work,
gotta keep
they'll
digging.
be getting back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
I
Old
feel like
Republic.
we've burned through the prequels sort of,
Yeah.
and we're
A
still
little
kind
bit.
of there's a little bit of gas left in that tank, but I feel like the originals, we used all of them.
I think
and
Obi-Wan
then we-
Kenobi has proven to be incredibly consequential as a show. That was like the ceiling for how high it's ever going to get in terms of popularity, because
It did
it
not
seems
age
like
well.
at this point, nobody really has a favorable opinion of that show anymore. And it's kind of all been downhill in terms of ratings since then.
Pretty much everyone is looking at this, assuming it's just going to be a massive shit show. From everything we heard from the announcement to who's involved with production to the cast being announced and what they're talking about, it has nothing to do with Star Wars and all has to do with everything else that they're bringing to the table. I think that the show, when it's all said and done after 8 episodes, I think it's going to be worse than anybody actually predicted.
I imagine it's going to follow the exact formula that all the other shows have, which is not even necessarily starting out good, but always gets worse. It just always does.
It gets
Okay.
worse because the story happens.
The last time you guys brought me through one of these, it was the worst TV show I've ever seen. So
Wait, which one was
Which
that
one was
again?
that was Ahsoka.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I've seen a worse show.
That was awful. A lot of people felt that it was fine. It wasn't. It was terrible, and it's
Ahsoka
nice that
was
it stopped
awful.
for now, but
It
that
was
will return
dirt.
somehow. Second season will arrive eventually. I would be surprised if we don't come away with the conclusion that these first 2 that they've released are better than Ahsoka, but there's no fucking way I would expect them to be better than Andor. And then
No.
if they're better
No.
than Boba Fett and Kenobi, that doesn't mean anything. Like,
Yeah,
it's-
There's one good one. The rest of them have been awful.
It's a challenge to escape the abyss under the bottom of the barrel. Like, not even to rise up from the bottom. It's
yeah, can
just
they
like-
crawl onto the scale? That's the question.
You're like the pungent, swampy dirt that the barrel is sitting on top of and is kind of sinking into.
I'm not even kidding though. It's really not hard to get onto the scale. Maybe they can pull it off.
Well,
you know, like
they just need a few character arcs.
Do you remember,
you know?
the first scene in Ahsoka, the very first few scenes, there was like major issues immediately with how
Oh yeah,
people
when they were
spoke and-
attacking the ship. Yeah, when they
And then the
showed up
robots
and-
blew themselves up and it created a massive, like,
Oh my
explosion
gosh.
that Ahsoka had to run away from.
Yeah, that kind of writing where it doesn't even matter how it fits into the universe. We haven't even talked about that. It's just how bad it is in and of itself. So I wonder if this will be able to just have people in a room and they talk and we're like, whoa, like they did it.
Revolutionary.
Excellent. As you can tell, there's just no need to do like a history, a preamble, really. It's because like at this point, it's such a fucking tumbling mess. But hey, we've got Theo and Ryan are both our Star Wars experts, both very much in love with the Clone Wars, with a lot of the Disney stuff. You know, Ryan's a huge fan
Oh
of.
my-
So,
Shut the fuck up.
well,
I've been hating the Clone Wars since 2008. And I'm glad that more people are coming around on Dave Filoni's agenda, which is just write the worst shit he can possibly write and still get applauded for it.
I'm curious how many Ahsoka seasons it'll take before people give up on him outright. Give him 3 maybe, and that'll be enough. It's like Zack Snyder with his fucking rebel moods.
I don't want to linger on Ahsoka too much, but I'm still bewildered that people have any faith in him at all after he gets his show, his baby, like, to do whatever he wants with, and that's what he put out. That's the best he could do.
Yeah, that was putrid. That shit sucked.
Zombie stormtroopers, that was awesome. What do you mean?
It also...
Remember when they stared at nothing for an hour? That was fun.
Very amusing. The Thrawn coat.
Thrawn playing an RTS and he's
Thrawn
getting
coat.
destroyed, and he's like,
The
I can
Thrawn
just
coat.
re-expand to a different island. I will be fine.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of things, one might even call this first match with Tano a success.
It's also important to keep in mind that Dave Filoni for years now has also been like supervising and helping out on other projects. He consulted on Obi-Wan Kenobi, which nobody likes to actually talk about. Like, at least the Filoni fans don't. He's had his hands in everything. He has been supervising and giving creative input on this show that we're about to watch too. He's the guy. He's been the guy. Yeah.
What's his position right now?
Creative officer, something like that.
Yeah, and it's a role that like wasn't officially put out there for like till like a year ago, but he's had it and been doing it for the past couple years. They just never updated the website, so it's like he's the guy. So I hope all the Filoni fans understand that he's involved with this.
You guys excited to jump into Star Wars: The Acolyte, Season 1, Episode 1?
Incredibly.
Yes, I am ready.
Woo!
All right, here we
Yo,
go.
the Star Wars paraphernalia.
Star
It's just
Wars.
so cringe.
It's never
Yeah.
been anything good. It's always been like...
Yeah, it's associated with negativity.
It's so weird because it is on the Andor episodes, isn't it?
Everything, yeah.
So it feels so... It's like, just don't have that. It's fine.
This is appropriate
Remember when
music
that
for
meant
when the
something?
Lucasfilm logo
Ooh,
shows
ominous
up.
cello.
Oh, dear.
It's the time of peace. Jedi orders to prepare, prosper centuries without war.
Okay.
Anywhere.
It's the
Powerful
High
few.
Republic. Everything's fine. You know?
But in the dark corners of the galaxy, a powerful few learn to use the Force in secret. One of them, a lone assassin, risks discovery to seek revenge.
I would have loved it if that was the voice in the episode. Big revenge. Ever read by Jar Jar Binks? Fuck you. Ueda.
This is
I
Weta.
I wonder how
Weta?
much of a place this will feel like. Already, it doesn't feel like a place.
Oh, do we know what the budget for the show was, by the way?
$200 million approximately.
Where's your Jedi?
Got an alien.
Oh, wow, that's the
Hey, look,
alien.
There's an alien.
I like him.
Yeah,
The
I wanted to
question was-
learn more about his life.
The question is,
what's he
where's
get
the
up to?
Jedi? That way. Got it.
Yeah, all right.
This is a very inconspicuous outfit.
We've actually got some
Doesn't call
aliens. I'm
attention to
surprised.
I like it.
So
Well,
cool.
that's why I
I'm
asked about the
surprised
budget,
by the
because
alien.
we fucking better get aliens like that. If look at
Yeah.
that guy.
Oh, look at him. He
I
looks
want to
all
know
right.
his
He looks
life.
pretty good.
We ain't getting it, no matter how much you ask.
Screwdriver.
Master Endora.
Yes, my child.
It's
I hate
Trinity.
That outfit.
Attack me with all your strength.
What the fuck?
Why are you doing that?
You did. Fuck off.
This is a random encounter in Actually, that's the appropriate response.
Yeah.
That guy's laugh was wild.
Like, who the fuck are you?
I have no quarrel with you.
Attack me, Jedi.
Oh my god, you're being cringe. Leave.
Jedi do not attack the unarmed.
Yes, you do.
Ooh.
Why did you do that to him?
Okay, Force. Use the Force. Stop her. She's
Yeah,
abusing
stop
all
her.
of your
She's beating
friends.
people
You
up.
should-
She's beating up
You should
innocent
stop her
patrons.
now.
Use
You
the
should
Force.
stop her now.
This is
Stop
like the
her.
Wookiee in the
Probably-
bar in the Boba Fett show. Oh, jeez.
We're doing
yeah, that
a
was
big
CGI.
kung fu, I guess.
Oh, come on, dude.
Oh, really?
His gun is stuck in the holster.
Okay.
Are you
Whoa.
How
you
is she so
didn't-
strong? Is she
You didn't
using
have
Damn.
to. Now you step in.
You're a terrible Jedi, and I already don't like you for taking this long.
She's doing the I'm too cool for this sort of thing. Like, disable her. So, okay.
Oh.
Almost so close.
Uh,
But she took her hood off. She's serious now.
Yeah, that's
Let me
like
use the
phase
Force
2.
to disarm you or not.
Okay.
So you can use the Force to stop her.
So you just
But
didn't.
why didn't you?
Who trained you?
Boba Fett.
Why not?
Literally,
Oh,
my
okay,
thought
bye.
process. Oh,
why did you let that
what
happen?
is this? Why are you?
Oh,
What?
I'm gonna kill
that
this
didn't look
random
great.
person.
Just what's the idea? Just use the. Also, if you're killing her because you hate this woman, right? The Jedi.
Oh, so you do give a shit, sort of. That didn't look great.
Why can't you just?
At what point are you
Put
gonna
it down.
stop her?
Yeah, like you keep playing.
Yeah,
Like,
you do have a fucking lightsaber on
Yeah,
your belt.
Trinity's doing the like trying to be too cool, but she's actually like getting people hurt by doing that. Just do something.
God, you look cringe.
She does.
I'd like it if we spent a little bit less
The
time on
knife
this.
swinging noise.
Yeah, this is getting boring.
I don't even fully hate the choreography in isolation. It's just I don't understand why anyone's using the weapons they use. You know what I mean?
In a Star Wars universe.
Yeah, that too.
I'm here to kill you.
Yeah, that
bad at it.
oh no. This,
Wait,
okay,
You have
this
the.
is bad.
Okay, I guess that.
Why didn't
offers-
you use that this whole
Yeah,
time?
why didn't you do that shit?
Oh,
No.
now.
But no, but
okay.
then all the remnants, why
That
would they fall
yeah,
down?
The fragments
Yeah,
Why would
that
all the
fly out.
fragments
that
fall
should have
down?
splashed her
Yeah.
with some molten metal there.
Yeah.
People say that with bullets all the time.
This is a fight that you will not win.
Well, why are you holding up your knife as if that's gonna do anything?
Oh, she's dead. They didn't show that
Oh
for no reason.
no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
She's dead.
Don't dare throw your knife at that bartender.
Oh, come on.
Is that it?
Why are
really?
you? Oh,
That
really?
really
Is
it?
that it? That
Aw.
is so shit. That is so shit.
If only she'd stabbed her with a lightsaber, she'd be fine.
What the fuck? That's so lame.
We hadn't
Wow,
just
that's
reintroduced
so
him as an element right before that happened as well. Maybe.
Also, like, I don't care hugely, but what a waste.
Yeah, what a fucking way. Is she dead? Here? From this goober?
Every
This
bit of
must be
marketing
it.
in the
Big one.
show, every bit of marketing in the show was about this fight between Carrie-Anne Moss and her.
And that's it. She
That's
met.
it? Are
She
you
sorry, but
shitting
she
me?
messed around for
Wow.
ages, and then she just gets killed by like some lame moves. Like, okay,
This sucks.
ooh.
God, and you
Also,
leave
we're
the
leaving the
lightsaber?
lightsaber, I guess. Okay.
This isn't like
Oh, but you
as
take your
cool of
stupid
a-
knife.
as
You're
like a
leaving
pitch
the
for a show. This
lightsaber.
isn't that interesting.
Do you know what I mean? She's got like a moral crusade clearly against Trinity,
Yep.
but the way she beat her was by threatening an innocent person twice.
Yeah, so this is like this is the evil character.
I'm sure she's probably fucking.
I'm sure she'll be good in the end.
It'll be like
and she's
it'll be
got
like
a very
Reva,
complicated
where
backstory,
we
and
find
she
out
was, yeah.
her backstory.
None
And
of
be like,
it's her fault. Yeah.
well, yeah, and it'll be her actions are not going to be explained by her backstory at all.
I don't care about you.
I already know the thing
The
from
leaks.
the trailer, yeah, that they fucked up, but I'm willing to not mention any of it if
They
but
fucked
they
up and
fucked something
revealed
up.
something in closed caption of the trailers they shouldn't have that ruined the spoiler for this episode. But
Yeah.
you'll find out
Is
soon
Yoda
enough.
going to show up?
I'm not saying anything, okay?
Sounds like we got a job.
I don't care about your backstory.
I don't either.
You threw that knife at that bartender. You were going to kill him, and you
Yeah.
didn't care.
What I do with my days off is none of your business, Philip.
No rest for the wicked.
Oh, banter.
Oh, boy,
Banter.
I love banter. Banter's great.
Just don't brag about it.
Oh, look at them. Look at their hats and their outfits. Follow them. No, cameraman, follow them. They probably are doing like a job.
Shield generator repairs.
Trade feds never use the shield.
Trade Federation never use their shields?
I'm not sure what that
Droidecas
remark
and,
means.
well, no, I thought the deflector shields on the Lucre Hulks were like in the Phantom Menace and stuff. Whatever.
At least they're showing that those boots in space are like magnetically locking onto something.
At least they
yeah, like there's the bare minimum right there.
They're gonna use them to assassinate the
So-
Klingons.
The grease grubbers are disposable. Our cargo is not.
Their voices are lame.
I love the crazy voices in Phantom Menace. They were great. Well, the whole trilogy.
These are just meh.
We've got our little droid companion who's
Yep.
supposed to be cute. That's necessary in every fucking.
Everyone.
show now.
I suppose it would be hard for me to resist if I was writing this to have a
Oh
droid.
no! Fire in
That was the pressure valve.
I got it.
space. I
That's-
guess it's igniting the stuff coming out of the pie.
Yeah, but why is the wind like it looks
It
like it's a
doesn't-
fucking campfire?
Oh, don't do this. Don't do the
She's
fire
doing the
flashback.
flashbacks, PTSD. Feels weird. This looks like a fire that's just like running off the oxygen of space. You know what I mean?
And a fire would look like a blowtorch.
Yeah,
not
yeah,
like
yeah.
a campfire.
My name is Jord Fandar, Knight of the Jedi, Odin.
Stop trying to make that a thing.
It is crazy how that haircut ends up in everything. I've started to notice now because people make
She looks
compilations.
Like a neat alien. I like the aliens.
Yeah, the alien makeup
is
is
a lot of aliens.
something, you know?
Yeah, she looks like a neat alien.
And that guy looks great too. The Nemoidians.
Sublevel, bunk 23.
Oh.
Wait, can you do that as a Jedi?
That feels
Can
a
you
little
just-
bit ethically. I would have
They
thought
even
that.
put
wouldn't-
cooperation in quotes in the subtitles.
Surely the Trade Federation would be like, so they just came on and took it, like,
Yeah.
stole our thoughts, just FYI. Like, I feel like that's.
No wonder. I'm telling you, man, the more that they tell me about the Jedi in these shows, the more I'm like, yeah, people believed Palpatine very easily. They're like, it's all coming together.
I mean, because
What
you
the
didn't talk
fuck
to
are
him for
you
very
wearing?
long, you know?
You finally passed your trials.
You can tell by my horrific costume.
Yeah, that's the. Because that is the High
my
Republic.
It actually
hairstyle.
looks terrible. It's distractingly bad. This is like the kind of thing that a cosplayer wouldn't wear because it's beneath them.
This is like the styling for the High Republic
Yeah.
that they debuted in all those books and comics and everything.
No one knows those books and comics.
Legitimately true.
I guess he didn't know what that was, but she was clearly reaching for that. I guess he may have thought that was a pistol.
So how long have you been a mechnic?
A mechanic.
I've never heard
Is that
of that
supposed to be?
before. Mechanic.
I've never heard of that. Star Wars mechanics are called mechanics.
What?
Mech-
That's
mech.
crazy.
I was trained to be a Jedi. When that didn't pan out, those skills aren't exactly transferable.
Why would the skills of learning to be a Jedi not be transferable to any other job? You'd think,
I think
maybe.
that built-in telekinesis would just
Yeah,
be
you'd think
fucking
that could
useful.
apply to some
You
jobs.
could be a bartender and be like, yeah, my skills as a Jedi really come in handy every
You could be a professional gambler. That'd probably help.
Yep.
The Jedi taught me to psychically influence people to give me bigger tips.
But I couldn't find any use for this in any way in my life.
You lost your entire family. Your mothers, your sister.
This is her backstory, guys. She's being told her backstory. She's being told her backstory.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that? You lost your entire family. Your mother's your sister.
Does she come from the America Chavez planet? Or is all,
Oh yeah,
all
she's
the
from
women?
that planet. It's an interconnected universe, the MCU and the
Neat.
Disney
The
CU.
suspect matched your description.
78 witnesses saw you do it. Oh, does she have a? She has a secret twin sister.
Positive ID from Bartender Man. Just get him.
He was willing to suck the mind flames out of the other guy. Why didn't
Yeah,
he
just
do
suck
that?
her mind
Yeah.
flames. That's right.
out of her.
That's her! She killed the Jedi!
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey.
Yeah, you ruined his bar. I do
Thank you
like
in
that
for
he
questioning.
included that. Well, all right, take her away.
Now that you've been identified, the prison transport will take you back to Coruscant.
Why aren't they doing mind tricks on her? Like, can they not? I would have thought that would be the.
If
Maybe
she
it's weird when you do it to another force.
It's Iron Man
I don't know.
classic.
Well, I thought we've seen that before, haven't we? Like with
So,
Kylo.
what was
I don't know if they respect sequels.
I don't
What was
over
her
really
plan?
want to
continuity.
reference
I don't.
that.
Wait. So, what was her plan then?
This is Disney,
Just
damn it.
hope that nobody was gonna like just identify her.
Told you it's a secret twin sister.
I mean,
Hey.
I guess I don't hate the idea they wanted to speak to it before they did the positive ID, but like it would be faster.
It was an old friend, right? So
Yeah, it's somebody that he knows from Jedi training
Yeah, sure.
and all that shit. So I would like, hey, there's Coruscant.
Look,
it's
Coruscant.
Oh, look, it says Coruscant.
One thing you can notice is that it's not as built up as it is during the prequels, like the city.
Do you like that
oh, was
detail?
it time for training?
Wait. Well,
A little
is that a
bit,
good
yeah.
detail? That's a bad detail, right? Because Coruscant's
You
been around
must
for
not
many
trust your
thousands of
eyes.
years, but only in the last century they built it up.
How do I?
Yeah,
do
I
Well,
don't know about
I'm
that,
not-
right?
I'm not saying that it looks like a million times bigger, but like the
Okay.
skyline's just a little lower than it was in the prequels.
All right.
Think of diving into a great ocean. Give yourselves over to its weight.
Holy
like,
shit,
build up
they
around it.
expanded a little bit. Holy shit, they're doing it.
And this is his
Just
first
use the
English
button
speaking
like a
role
normal
ever.
I was about to say, why do you don't need to use the Force to open these doors, do you?
Yeah, it's just technology. It just opens for you. It's automatic.
Tell me, what comes into your mind?
I see fire.
Oh God, I see fire. Oh no.
It grows larger.
Oh no.
It consumes anything that tries to stop it.
Okay, you need to step outside.
Yeah, why don't you take a break?
The look on his
Uh,
face.
He's like, you will be a Sith.
Like a raging fire.
I see nothing but death.
I see skulls everywhere.
But that is our lesson for another day. Time for lunch.
Yes,
Holy fuck, a training scene
lunchtime.
where they like expanded a little bit.
It was like
Than they have
fine.
been, I guess.
That was beginning to start to maybe one day approach a concept that could be interesting.
This is Ernesto Rowe, who is like supposed to be the most prodigious, incredible Jedi when she was young in the High Republic book. She was a prodigy. You know what I mean? She could do anything. At 15 years old, she was like amazing.
So she's like super powerful.
Supposedly, yes. Also, she's played by Leslie Headland's real life wife. That's how she got this role.
Nepotism.
We have a suspect in custody, an old Padawan of yours, Osha Anasea.
But hey, you know, maybe she's great. Who
There's
knows?
no Osha in Star Wars. There's no rails anymore.
No.
Yes, I'm a little confused as to why the story is progressing the way that it is. It opens with getting rid of Carrie-Anne Moss, and then the villain gets found like in the next scene. So now everybody knows who did it. So there's
Not
no
the villain, it's the
mystery,
secret
no
twin sister.
Because there's going to be a big twist, Fringy. It's going to blow your mind.
I see. Okay.
But there was another. We've done secret siblings before.
She saw us as her protectors. There must be some mistake.
Maybe if we stopped going around mind controlling random people on a whim, that probably would help our image as well.
If it were to become public that a former Jedi killed one of our own,
Our political enemies could use it against us.
discretion is important. Our justice swift, an example made.
Wait, hang on. She said an example needs to be made. An example to
Well,
who?
We need to keep it
An
secret.
example of what if you're being secretive about it.
Example to
guess
the Jedi? Of what happens if you turn
But
against
then
the
that would
Jedi?
get out. That would
Yeah,
get
that's what I
out.
mean. Like, that's a
Yeah.
really weird thing to say.
Can't not get out.
Hey,
Yay, more
robots.
droids.
Yes.
Get the robots.
I'm surprised by
let
the
them
sheer
go.
quantity of robots and aliens we've seen so far, I will say.
It's been the best thing about the show is some of the aliens look really neat.
Are you in the bridge?
Wait, yeah,
we're
why is
gonna
she...
break out
This
here.
is the brig
There is a
bridge.
direct line of sight to the fucking
And she can use
bridge from
Why?
the...
Oh my god,
Ew.
it's an alien. It's gonna come out of his
Eating him.
chest.
Why is the
first-
cell on the bridge?
I guess it's a really
Because-
small ship. I don't know.
Because it's gonna enable her to do something daring and amazing.
Parasite used to subdue violent criminals.
Okay.
What's with this guy's
horrifying.
voice?
We're planning an escape. You win?
Oh.
No, because they can hear us talking. The captain is there.
An escape to where? We're traveling through hyperspace.
Well, you take the ship.
We're gonna take them out and use the escape pods.
Wait,
It looks like it's all droids.
take out the
Is
droids
this
and
a-
use the escape pods. Why not take out the droids and take the ship?
I applaud everyone's enthusiasm here, but that could kill us.
That was a weird line delivery.
Yeah.
Wait,
He's
so
like
where
Fat
are the...
Lobot.
Wait, hang on. So there's no people on the ship?
Really? Are
No,
you
there's no
serious?
people.
Come
We don't
on
do
now.
people on
What?
the ship.
Where's
Really?
where's the stupid hairman and the alien
shit.
girl?
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
that's
Man, this
insanely
is,
dangerous. How
this
are you
is-
not dead?
Gosh,
Okay,
Dude.
so much just went wrong at once. Like,
Yeah.
in terms of writing. Holy fuck.
dude, what the fuck?
You t-
Charting a high.
Oh my god.
What?
Why would you ever do
No.
this? This
Too much
so
is wrong.
stupid.
They fucked up.
There was too much wrong.
Yeah, it's
It's like
time
hard to
How
figure
are
out
you
where to
strong
begin.
enough to
The
pull
prisoners are
off
stored
robot
right
moves?
next to the pilots. One of them could hack into it, and they didn't disable that or like remove that feature
They-
or put them somewhere else.
They have a...
How do people not escape from
They
this?
made them drop
Did
out
anyone
into,
ever make it
out of
back to
hyperspace,
Coruscant?
and they're in an asteroid field.
There's so much wrong. The two
You know
prisoners
on
out of the
Coruscant,
fucking,
there's
like,
a bunch of empty
7
prison.
happen to be two of the most perfect people ever to break out of the fucking...
Wait, they asked her if she was in, but she wouldn't have done anything. They didn't need her for anything.
Wait, they're leaving her behind
they're
just
gonna-
because she didn't agree initially?
They're gonna launch and
Okay.
hit an asteroid.
Yeah,
and-
because she's like, I'm on the Jedi's side. Well, get fucked then, I guess they say.
Okay.
Who's gonna come
how
pick
Oh,
them up?
come
Yeah,
on,
no,
man. Jesus.
I'm
Wait,
gonna go
wait.
pee.
Why isn't she just
Yeah.
grabbing it?
Got the
What are they
Force,
doing here?
Unless you don't have the Force.
You use the Force. Jedi drop out.
No, they're
This
not
is
gonna... She's not gonna use the
Wait,
Force.
what-
Not gonna happen. It's a
Is it that
subversion,
she's,
see?
like, okay, is this multiple like personality or something? It's not a twin, right?
Oh, lucky... She can't use the Force, so just wait and it'll happen. Like,
this is
there we
actually
go.
like a twin.
Who knows, Fringy?
Okay, so my guess is now
This whole
is
scene's
either
a catastrophe.
twin or multiple personalities.
Maybe it is multiple personalities. Maybe it's activated by fire.
This is
She's got to do the right thing.
I like that.
I mean, I would do it too.
They had
Controls
a,
and
a main lady character not strong enough to pick up a guy. I'm actually
Just
surprised.
pull him. No, just pull him. What if it flies on you?
Yeah, that might be a problem for you.
Yeah, I'd be flipping out if I was him as well.
Oh,
he's gonna
leave her behind. Yeah.
Lol, get wrecked.
Wow.
Really? Okay.
Well, there's clearly 4 escape ships. Only 2 have
doesn't she
launched.
take control of the
There's
ship?
2 left.
I do think it's interesting to have a ship that's floating like under no power, and an escape pod launches and it affects the trajectory of the ship. That is actually like an interesting twist. Yeah.
Did anyone see that the way the ship was designed? It looked like there was 2 more escape ships, or am I crazy?
It might be, but it doesn't look like they're accessible to her.
Why? It's not a big ship. At least it doesn't look like it.
I don't know.
And presumably it would be worth looking like this.
Well, it's worth trying to pilot the ship
I don't know
somewhat.
about this one.
Yeah.
Maybe she's not familiar with piloting at all.
Crash position, I like that, at least. She does a little assume crash position.
Still, that whole scene was a
mean,
complete fucking disaster.
But really, like, the odds that they exited hyperspace in, like, reach of a planet, though, right?
Yeah, that was
astronomically
seemingly
low.
random, and they hit asteroids.
low.
Like,
The fact that you charted a hyperspace plot or a hyperspace lane through an asteroid field and through a planet doesn't seem to make any fucking sense.
oh, look, it's young Logan.
Vanessa Rowe requests your presence at the detainment level.
Why didn't she just contact you using the Force in your mind?
That's weird.
Or maybe that's
Rags.
just that is a weird thing.
This pastime encourages sentimentality and nostalgia, and both of these emotions can lead to...
Oh god.
By the book Jedi.
If we don't meditate on the past,
we're doomed to repeat it.
So you knew the phrase and you still came to my fucking office with that attitude? All right.
Hey, look, all right? She's just
She's a
asking
Linda.
questions.
She's landing.
I'm learning.
Yeah, the idea of like her just tapping into like the Force to contact him. He could be on the shitter. He could be jerking off. Who
This
knows?
is a breach of privacy.
It wasn't our idea.
It was the Jedi killer!
Wait, they've got these guys already?
They just got them?
There is no sense of time
Well, go
in
to
any
the
Star
ship.
Wars show anymore.
Okay, I'm gonna wait until the end
Then
of the
just
episode. I
go
have
to
so
the
many
planet
questions.
and pick her up.
Quiet your mind and tell me.
Are you mind controlling a prisoner? So the Jedi are evil.
I think that's the point of this show.
It sounds like that's where we're going with it, because that's why she killed Trinity,
I'm
right?
getting a little bit bored of that angle of the Jedi. They were goobers. They didn't do anything right. Like they screwed up constantly.
I remember
Can't
the
we ever-
original trilogy when they were Guardians of Peace in the Galaxy, and that was just nice.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
permission to go to Karlak and bring Osha and myself.
It is highly unlikely she survived.
They made big old chungus mistakes.
It's not that there isn't.
Well, why
an
don't you go
angle
and
to-
check? If they could pick up all the prisoners in the escape pods,
Yeah, that's-
just be at the planet and look. Just look. Go there. It's right there.
Yeah, apparently it only takes 30 minutes to get anywhere in the Star Wars galaxy.
What about the 2 people who came to collect her? They left on a different ship to go somewhere else?
Last night, a Jedi was murdered on Ueda.
Master and Dara.
Yeah, and remember, I think he said last night Jedi and Dara was murdered too.
Timeline is fucking
If it was last
confusing.
night, then she couldn't have been in
Well,
range, right?
but
Unless
why
it was
wouldn't-
an insane coincidence that she was in range to do that last night and then get back out.
Why
and
weren't the
have
2
no
Jedi
record
with
of
this
her.
ship?
Yeah, it seems like they would.
Surely
be with the ship.
she's a Jedi assassin,
You got
as far as you
torn
know.
from your seat, like the seatbelt broke and threw you oddly like 6 feet, and you're okay.
And you have
and
no injuries.
No injuries.
Well,
Like the ship is broken open.
I can believe she
Rags-
survived it, but she's
Rags, the
fine.
Force
With a bit
protected
of
her.
injury.
Yeah,
They
she
did
made
the
a
shitty
force
version
bubble.
of the Dead Space 3 crash.
I remember. Alrighty.
Okay, I'm just gonna walk away and leave. I should look for supplies. Also, it's fucking cold. Holy shit, you are freezing. You are freezing. You are going to freeze to death in minutes.
Karlak. Oh my god.
I'm you, but
Slenderman?
darker.
Slender Man. That would be actually interesting if a bunch of Jedi crashed on a fucking planet that had just predatory species that were way beyond them. Fucking horror movie, do it.
Yeah, that could be.
This is
interesting.
this is like
kind of
meta horror.
experimental.
Watching what's happening to Star Wars.
I would say compared to Ahsoka, there are mercifully way fewer just awkward pauses between sentences.
I would argue, yeah, the dialogue has been a lot more pragmatically created,
standard.
like it's just pushing the story normally forward.
Pretty much.
I thank you for choosing me for this mission.
Wait, so he's here.
Yeah, people are just...
So he went from the ship where he captured his prisoner to Coruscant, where she was supposed to be going.
I should have brought Osha and myself. I apologize for my error.
And he's called
On a
it an
different
error.
ship.
Like that he made a mistake, that he
I don't-
should have stayed with her. And it's like, well, why
Why
Why the
didn't
fuck
he?
wouldn't
why
you
didn't
have
you?
done
Why
that?
didn't you?
If she's
Why wouldn't
allegedly
you
a
have?
Jedi killer,
That's
why
what I
would you
mean.
chuck her into a little cage with the little shitty
Well,
droids when she has
you-
telekinesis and force
you've
powers?
And you've got the little Padawan just shit talking this Jedi Knight as well, right there.
Yod.
Put your clothes on.
It's just like you were there, like
that doesn't make any sense. Why did he make this decision? Like we're both going to the same place,
and he went to the same place. Yeah, so why did he do that?
How did he get there before her on a different ship, and then they collected the prisoners and got them back?
It's a force thing. It's my sister. It's not me. It's my sister. Because I have a secret twin sister.
Everything's so jobbled.
May.
Hello, sister.
Sister.
I told you. See, I told you. It's just like obvious.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. That was the thing they accidentally spoiled in a trailer.
Oh, that it was the sister?
Yeah, which means
they actually put the wrong name on closed captionings and spoiled it.
Oh, well, no, because I knew that 5 minutes in.
Yes.
I mean,
I see fire.
I see fire. It consumes anything that tries to stop it.
Girl said the fire destroys everything. Run.
That's actually going to end up being their niece or something, that little girl, the Jedi Temple.
Why not? Everyone knows everybody.
I give you you.
And you give me me.
Why would they get the exact same haircut?
I don't mind it if that's the intention, but why would they? They haven't
seen each other in like 15 years. They're gonna
I guess maybe this is in
it's CGI. The tattoo on her was CGI. It didn't track her head right.
Are you sure? That would be really weird. Well, the eyes definitely on her.
Yeah, see, the tattoo is not really on her. You could see. You'll notice in the edit.
There's a zoom. People can decide.
They're agreeing with me right now. Holy shit, it's so cold. I can't feel my extremities.
Oh, it's rather chilly.
No breath coming out of her.
Boring.
At least she does look shivery.
Yeah, and this is the real world now.
Yeah, not a vision.
Okay, so they get credit for the last one.
16 years ago, I was posting.
Yeah, I mean, this is how you do the exposition,
Yeah,
I suppose.
They're talking about their backstory.
This is
boring.
Yeah. The way that information's been revealed so far has been boring. It's not that it's necessarily massively dysfunctional, but it's very dull.
She had a twin. I didn't know Osha was a twin.
She had a twin. Why didn't you tell anybody this?
Save that reveal? Wouldn't you want to say that reveal for like a later episode that it was a twin the whole time?
No, I think it would be that they need to lure people in, grab them, right? You got to give them something dramatic in the first episode to make them go ooh and keep watching.
Oh wow, a twin.
May. I saw her die.
I don't understand. Like, even if she is dead, even if he saw her die, I feel like you should probably mention it. Especially if this history apparently would have given motivation for why she went after Trinity.
And also, when you say you saw her die, like, what do you mean you saw
Remember,
her
this
die?
is Star Wars, all right, man.
It's just
Rex, they'll give you
what do you mean?
blunt exposition, and then it'll get cut off by plot being like, "Sorry, we got to do more."
Was she pronounced dead at a hospital from a brain aneurysm, or did she?
You saw her go into a room, and then the room exploded. Is that what you're saying?
Like, that'd be like Obi-Wan saying,
remember?
"How could Darth Maul be back? I saw him die."
I'm dying to Star Wars transitions.
Yeah, all the wipes and everything, yeah.
There's no way she could have survived this.
Clearly someone's been here, Yord.
Yeah. Clearly someone's been here. It's a spaceship. Of course people have fucking been here, you retard.
I would also have happily concluded that someone could have survived the crash considering the ship's state. I'd be like, there's a lot of ways you could survive
definitely
this.
A potential. The way that they showed it was bad, but also you should be going to the Jedi because you will fucking die here if they don't find you.
Yeah, this is pretty dire.
Yeah, you may as well go to them.
I don't think the Jedi should just be out here in their fucking bathrobes.
Surely if you cooperate as well, you can say, look in my head, right? I didn't fucking do it.
Yeah, I'd be like, no, look into my head. Like, I seriously didn't do it. It's my twin fucking sister.
This is coming up to like the fugitive scene that they showed in the trailers.
Put that gun down!
Step away from the edge!
I didn't do it!
I didn't do anything.
I don't care.
We need to stop dressing and looking the same.
I should cut my hair.
You know, I understand the mistake you're making. I look exactly like her. But, it's not my fault. I just really like the hairstyle.
Master person.
Wait, hang on. So
I'm so fucked up by the chronology of this.
Yeah, didn't you just say she died 16 years ago officially? Does that mean they haven't seen each other for 16 years? And they have the exact same hair?
Yep.
What the fuck? Neither of them decided anything about style, length, or how they wear it, or what they wear. Like,
it's also colored. Like, it's colored red as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's stupid, and that's only that way because they needed to trick us. Like, even for a little bit of time.
That's not helping you. If anything, that's giving you
getting in the
spot
way
on your eyes. Yeah. You turn that off, and you're gonna have that gray line on your eyes for about an hour.
Lightsabers are good for one thing in Star Wars, as fucking flashlights, apparently.
Yeah, because Rey used it as a flashlight.
That they are like catching her here. How did the timeline
use the Force and pull her?
Yeah, just pull it.
Step away from the edge.
Please, Saul! Believe me!
Okay, let me read your mind.
Don't be retarded.
Let me read your mind. I'll believe
come
you
on.
if you...
Are you serious?
Force. Oh my god.
Also, I'm gonna be honest with you, he took a little long on that.
Yeah, he did. He just wanted to give her something to think about.
Yeah, he's like, is this what you want? Pull it back.
Yeah, just like let her hover for
What the
a while.
fuck?
Let me read your mind and it'll prove your innocence.
Oh, shit.
Bro, she might have killed your best other
She might
friends.
have killed someone.
Yeah,
You need to read her mind to find out.
Just check it out, yeah.
Okay, yeah, read her mind.
I believe you.
You don't have to. You could just confirm it. Why the fuck? Why they've shown it twice, and they won't do it with the most important person in this plot.
Stand down.
Surely she'd understand being put in cuffs when she's under suspicion for assassinating Jedi.
Yeah, like they don't put her in cuffs.
Like that's not a bad thing. It's just a matter of like we just want to be
said
careful.
that she engineered the escape too.
Oh shit.
Jedi live in a dream they believe everyone shares.
Wait, what is this? A dream they believe everyone shares?
If you attack a Jedi with a weapon, you will fail.
Huh? What? No, she just killed one with a weapon.
No, she killed her with a knife.
Steel or laser are no threat to them.
Steel killed Trinity. What do you mean?
A knife killed the lady.
What?
What are you talking about?
An acolyte kills without a weapon.
Oh, the title.
An acolyte kills without a... What are you talking about?
But she used knives. She killed her with a knife.
An acolyte kills the dream.
What is this cringe?
Why'd you do that?
Look at
Wow.
Oh
dear.
Another pointless lightsaber ignition.
Yeah.
Why would they say that steel doesn't
He did
kill
that
Jedi?
for the audience.
Oh my god,
'cause he's just
Leslie.
gonna get rid of it.
Gotta get them
Those
credits.
literally all over the credits.
I don't know.
That's so funny. He's just standing there doing a little speech and then ignites it.
Yeah.
And he's gonna put it away straight away because he's not gonna use
Well,
it.
then, he's...
And also,
an
why is he
acolyte-
saying things that aren't true? She killed her
With a
her
knife.
with the steel.
Yeah,
with a knife.
And then also,
With a
an
weapon.
acolyte kills without a weapon. What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Also, like this
Laser
isn't
and
an
steel
How do
are
they
no
say that?
threat
How do
to
they
them.
write that? How do
I'm
they?
not-
How do they do
I don't
it?
find the
How do-
pitch for this show that interesting.
No.
Like I'm just.
What is the
like with
pitch?
this episode? Well, it's that. It's right. Oh, it's twins, and one of them's a good guy, and
Well-
one of them's a bad guy.
Yeah, and then one of them is being
God.
led by this mysterious, totally not Sith man to kill Jedi because they did something mean 16 years ago, apparently.
In the entire pitch that like they've been being like, hey, you know, the Jedi aren't necessarily all good. It's all in your perspective, all that bullshit. It's not like that's an edgy, crazy take. The prequels were critical of the Jedi and how they kind of became too attached to being aligned with the government as opposed to listening to the will of the Force. And that's one of the reasons for their ultimate downfall. Like all this shit. Like that was done in the prequels and in other Star Wars things in the past. So that's not something new or cool or edgy for this. We've seen it before.
Oh, well, that's what we're saying. I'm kind of bored of it. Like, you know what, you Jedi, you think you're so cool, but actually, I've got a history of where you've done something mean to me, says the girl who brutally abuses many average bartenders, threatens the lives of innocent people to kill a Jedi. I'm just like, I don't...
I just don't care. I've already checked out because I know you'll fuck it up. If the rest of the show is the same level of quality as this one, we're in for some fucking dire.
Well, this is probably one of the better episodes, to be honest, Rex.
Which is really awkward when you think about the way that it all played out. The opening fight seemed really odd.
Well, and,
Like,
I'm just shocked at this choice to have Trinity for a scene. That was retarded.
That's it.
I guess
She's
they
such
thought
a
it
big...
would be shocking. Like, oh wow, see,
boring.
we got you. You thought that she was going to be in it for more, but she's not. That is boring.
I'm
Subvert your
It
expectations.
is, yeah. She with her work in the Matrix and the choreography and the fight scenes and stuff. You
You'd
could have had
think.
her for the whole season.
Like,
and
why
be
do you
like,
think
oh, at least you're
people would
doing
have it?
something.
Why do you think anybody would be excited that she was going to appear on the show? It's because they thought that she was going to be in it for a while.
Not a scene.
Yeah, and I'm not...
A pretty bad scene as
I don't
well.
need to see her doing slightly Matrix-adjacent choreography to then be like, all right, you can kill her now. That's cool. We did it.
Yeah, like as if we wouldn't want to see her play a character.
Yeah, like one of the only like accomplished actors that's actually been cast in this thing. You would think that they could have a little more meat than that.
Yeah.
But that was all the marketing was also, about this fight scene, about this character, and you're done in 5 minutes.
Utterly disappointing death. It's like they both choreographed it. She looked at the innocent person, and she looks at the innocent person. It's like, I know, I will throw a knife. I'm pretty sure for you said, don't throw the knife at that guy. And then she's like, here I go, throwing the knife. And then she's like, I'll stop the knife. She's like, but I threw a bonus knife. You couldn't have accounted for that. It's like, oh.
Yeah, as if, like, Jedi haven't accomplished insane feats before, like, dealing with two things at once.
Yeah, that's the impression I get from this scene, is the writer was like, see, two things at once. And you're like, what?
What, you mean something that a Jedi would definitely be able to deal with? And this is all bearing in mind, why didn't she stop this earlier? She let a lot.
She was playing with her, which bugs the hell out of me.
Annoying,
especially because
a big action thing.
You can tell they're going for the stoic as well stereotype that they fucking plant on almost all Jedi characters. If she was like, I don't buy it. I just to me it seemed too almost ego-driven. Like, yeah, I don't need to put much effort into just backing you off completely. Look at me. Despite the fact she's watching a bunch of people get attacked. The longer you leave this woman run around, the more innocent people get hurt.
It tells you about character.
Remember when Obi-Wan chopped Zam's hand off? That was fun.
That was fun.
Good times.
You tried to kill me, so I'm gonna...
I think I am just, like, stunned by, I guess, like, just a lot of the choices that were made for constructing this episode of, like, immediately they figure out who did it. So it's not even like an investigation, and immediately it's revealed. It's like, oh, well, it's a twin, which I think the reason it took me a while to come around to that is because that's on its face just seems so silly to me. It's like, yes, it's a twin, and she looks just like you in terms of her style and everything, and she did it.
It's why I didn't want to confirm it, because it's almost so funny. It's one of the most classic writing twists that were ever made.
It's comical.
If you do it, you have to do it really fucking well. There's so few examples where they do it well. This is kind of a joke. Like, she looks and sounds exactly like you.
In the first episode.
Yeah,
that seems like a waste.
Well, yeah, that's your big twist that you tried to hide for forever, and you reveal it 20 minutes into the first episode.
I think the problem is that it seems like Star Wars can't deal with like creating a mystery that is just a small mystery in and of itself. It's now whatever the mystery will be, it will transition to a big world-building lore thing rather than a mystery pertaining to characters or plot. It'll now shift to like whatever group that the bad guys are part of, and that'll be a mystery that will
deeper
be like
conspiracy that's a galactic scale plot. Yeah, because we can't just have a detective noir style Star Wars story.
The show. That's what I thought it was supposed to be.
Like, hey, yeah, there's someone murdered a Jedi here, and like, well, there's not that many Jedi to investigate this sort of thing, so it looks like young knight. Whoever, you have to team up with this local detective guy, and he doesn't really like Jedi, but maybe he'll warm up to you, and you got to go around and question witnesses, search for clues. And...
On its face, that's a more interesting idea, because it means pairing up people who actually maybe disagree on their worldview and have a different temperament.
That should actually be like the path for Star Wars forward, right? Just doing other kind of things we've seen in different genres in the Star Wars universe. It has to be well written, it has to be all that, but that's such an easy thing to do and make it maybe appealing to Star Wars fans. You saw, I mean, Andor did a similar thing. You had the heist, for a couple episodes of that. You could do things like that in Star Wars.
Yeah, you could have a procedural like Law and Order style show in Star Wars. Dun, dun.
Yeah,
and then you show like what happens when the local government has to hire someone to prosecute a crime, and there's the Jedi. What does the Jedi say over local jurisdiction when it comes to planets that maybe have their own justice system and police and prisons and whatnot? And do they get along? Do they butt heads? What is the nature of who prosecutes someone if they kill a Jedi somewhere else? And do they butt heads? And how do they get to the how does detective work function in Star Wars with all the cool little gadgets you might be able to have and the clues and the expertise of the police and the cops and the detectives working together? We're not going to get any of that. It's just going to be force woo and aren't you amazing?
Everything's got to be a big deal. That's one of the problems.
So much fucking weight will be put on who I have started to lovingly call Smilo Ren from the trailer. He's going to be like he's going to be the guy with the series when he shows up and does his stuff. The series is going to love him. It's going to be obsessed with him.
It'll put a lot of emphasis on it. It'll play like loud horns whenever he whips out the lightsaber and do a big sweeping shot, and every character will have a reaction, and it will be cringe. And it won't be interesting who he is. It'll be boring, just like it always is.
And this episode, like all of current Star Wars suffers from this, the idea of time and how long are we traveling for and how long does it take to get from here to here to here.
Yeah, I got no clue.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
time
this one
scale. I have no
This
clue.
one is worse than anything else I think we've seen recently.
Oh,
because
yeah.
just
that
one
would be-
episode, they're going from one side of the galaxy to the other in seemingly no time at all.
Yeah,
Well,
and we
that
got too
would-
many
that
characters
would instantly
doing.
rule out what's her face, Osha. That would rule her out to be like, oh, a Jedi was killed here last night. That physically could not possibly have been you because you're over on this end of the galaxy, or you're over here. And if you're together, that would be an insane coincidence.
And of course, like alternatively, how would surely that would be easily verifiable? It's like, hey, did like a drop ship leave this ship? Nah.
Hey, we're here to question a Tic Tac or whatever they're called, and they did some repair work, and they used the space fire extinguisher, and you would have a record of them being on the ship, right? Oh, okay, you do? All right, well, it wasn't her. It must have been someone who just looks like her.
What I find baffling is like, so this girl did all of this despite apparently having a whole other life here, and she'd been accounted for. If only there was some way that could possibly explain this crazy thing, and no one felt the need to be like, well,
she's got a twin.
She's got a twin that she died, but if she was alive, it would actually explain a lot of this.
I have no fucking idea how that wasn't on her file in any way.
Why was? Well, so it's going to be something they did 16 years ago that was bad.
Some cover up,
yeah.
Because the Jedi are bad, really, right?
It's going to be so fucking boring, depending on what
gone
that
from
does.
there, like, it's never interestingly morally questionable. It's never like, oh, what tough choices do the Jedi have to make to keep justice in this big universe? And they're not going to do anything like that.
It should always be, or generally, it should be a matter of like conflicting ideas about interacting with the galaxy, like a way that the Jedi sort of make sense of their role and what they ought to be doing, and how that may clash with other people's views of like justice and morality. But instead, it will probably be something dull and stupid.
By the way, just the directed by Leslie Headland, created by Leslie Headland, written by executive produced. But it's just like, okay, this is definitely your show then.
So to put in perspective, some people haven't seen some of the interviews and things. The reason she's been talking about like Frozen in association with this is because Leslie Headland herself had a falling out and was estranged with her real life sister. And so she wanted to tell a story about that, because that's what Star Wars is now. It's a playground for people to put their lives front and center as opposed to telling a story in the universe. There are some leaks out there from people that have seen episode 3 and 4 that get insane. Like insane levels of Force is female, the Force is lesbian.
I'm still struggling to deal with the timeline of events at the sort of center of the episode around her whole like detainment and then subsequent escape, such that it leads to the Jedi gang arriving at her out on the cliffs. Yes, Sol. They went out there to detain her. They put her on a droid ship flying her somewhere. Then we cut back to the temple and they're back there, yes?
Yeah, they had more important things to do.
It almost feels like the ship sequence was part of just the 2 action scene mandate that seems to exist.
Consequently, they will not go back to Coruscant, because that's the only way I can explain this from a writer's point of view. Because if she had gone back to Coruscant initially,
she would have met him anyway.
Yeah, and then they could do whatever plot they want. You could explain it either by they had an action scene just to pad the time, or they're not going to go back to Coruscant. Something will stop them.
There must be a reason.
Fun when it becomes that transparent, though.
That's how it works. We've talked about this
in the writing
forever. Whenever something weird happens, just think about what it can help facilitate. Every time.
Because because these shows are written horrifically, we're not thinking of, there must be a reason behind this. We think, there's a reason for
It'll be for some bullshit, pretty much.
Yeah, it'll be for some bullshit. Not like an interesting, like, especially look back and realize, so this was their writer's way of not trapping themselves in a particular, plot or setting or, environment where could or couldn't happen.
So where's everyone sitting for episode 1? Is it an inch above Ahsoka, or like where would you scale it?
I would put it above it, but not that much above it.
Like
it's
I said,
maybe barrel.
Just for superficial.
I could see this and Ahsoka hanging out. They're buddies,
Oh yeah, but at least this one was more interesting visually.
Less obnoxious pauses, that's for
sure.
It
didn't waste my time. We saw some cool aliens.
A lot of the dialogue was much more normal, not interesting, but normal.
Not pretentious, just bad. Yeah. Bland, not pretentious.
Rather than the conversations being like really awkward, like in Ahsoka, where it didn't feel like I was watching 2 people interacting. This one feels more like, it's 2 people interacting, but in the most expeditious and like boring way possible. of just relaying all of the information that they need to relay in the quickest way possible, and then plot happens.
It's kind of tough for these Jedi shows because it's already been established that the Jedi are kind of bland. You know what I mean? So their entire thing is there is no emotion, there is peace. So like the way they speak to each other, it's gonna kind of seem like that sometimes. But you're right, for Ahsoka, it felt like Dave Filoni was adding 5-second pauses to let the audience just like catch their breath and squeal over the fact that these two characters are speaking to each other.
Well, you know,
but I think that's just bad writing.
Yeah, even with that restriction for Jedi, you can always have a character who's just a bit like you know, like even Qui-Gon
was neat to listen.
Exactly.
And what about characters like Spock? You know, where he does have expressions. He does raise his brow and he considers things, and you know, because stoic doesn't mean boring. It just doesn't mean overly expressive. It does.
And
there's just multiple flavors.
Yeah, exactly. You can have people who just it can come down to one person is a little bit more willing to make a joke every now and then, even as simple as that.
Yeah, or they point things out that are just like interesting, amusing observations, or they're a little sarcastic.
Right? Maybe
they have personalities.
About something. Yeah. Maybe they're really obsessive about ships, or they're obsessive about lightsabers and how they work.
Just because you're not volatile doesn't mean you have to be boring.
Maybe there's like one who's way more into reading like ancient Jedi texts and everything before they get destroyed.
Well, maybe there's just one who's a liar.
More interested in physical training. Yeah, maybe somebody is, you know, a bit of a fraud.
I feel like the two characters, I guess, that do have a little bit of maybe something to like, not that I like it, but Yor seems like he's a dude who obviously struggled. Took him probably a long time to make Knight based on what we'd heard before in that conversation. And it feels like he has something to prove, and he's viewed as kind of a fuck up. And then you've got that little apprentice, Jackie, who wants to be like super by the book and probably thinks she's hot shit. And that's about the only differences, I guess. And
we got some with Soul. He's got some guilt. Maybe we can do something with that. He's an actor, you know.
This is his first role ever, English speaking role.
Yeah, he's not fluent, right?
He's not fluent. I don't believe he
sounds like
speaks
he's fluent. He sounds like he definitely has an accent from, you know, somewhere else. You could just you can kind of tell, which is fine.
Well, I think it was he learned English for this project, right?
Or was he speaking it with a
then that's very impressive.
Yeah, it is. And
it's a shame that he'll probably be playing a shitty, terrible character that no one will remember ever. But
we shall
cross our
see.
fingers and
Some
hope
hope
that's not the
maybe,
case. Yeah, if we can walk away from this show with really liking one character, that will put it like leaps and bounds above pretty much every other show except Andor. If you put it into perspective, if every episode from 2 onwards was Andor quality, it still has that horrific start.
At that point, it'd be fucking weird. We'd be like, what's with that?
That'd be so strange. Be like every other one was directed and written and created by someone else.
Yeah.
would that be what would do it?
Well, all right. Episode 1 in the can. Thanks for checking this out, you wonderful people out there. Star Wars fully saved.
Hooray!
Anyway, bye.
Yay.
Goodbye, everyone.
I'm telling you, I didn't do anything.
I don't care.
What'd you bring me?